Alright, so we got a treat today at La Barbecue. We're gonna tour the pits out back. And yeah, we're gonna get a little tour of the barbecue.
That was hot. Woo, that was a good. Okay, I've got our briskets that have been on for about 3.5 hours, and they are ready to wrap in our butcher paper. They're really nice and a little bit flexible. That fat is rendered through them. You can kind of see how it's bubbling right here. You're just kind of looking for that nice render on that fat before we wrap them. So we've got Frankie's ribs over here. He cooks them too tender, but not too tender. I mean, you want them to have some integrity to them, but you don't want them to fall straight off the bone. But these, you can actually take the bone and twist them straight out. So, I mean, which is great. It also, so when you bite into them, you still see that bite and it's just not falling straight off. And that's like the perfect rib around here.
Alright, what's up DVW fam? So we're back in Austin at one of the premier barbecue joints here, and we have the owner, GM, and a pitmaster, Allie, here with us, and she's gonna tell us all we need to know about La Barbecue. A few questions. So where does the name La Barbecue come from?
So we wanted to name it after Leanne, so you know her initials are L.A., Leanne, and so and it's also to feminize barbecue because you know we're two women in this industry, and it's you know something that we just really kind of wanted to emphasize. And then you know her family comes from a very famous barbecue family here in Texas, so she didn't really want to use her last name, you know, so we kind of like got it on our own and not by her family's last name. So we started in 2012 as a very small trailer. We had one trailer and one smoker, and that's it. And we cooked as much as we possibly could. It was pretty much around the clock using that smoker, and just kind of, you know, started like that. We used to cook a low and slow brisket, and now we've kind of graduated to more of a hot and fast, is what Leanne's dad and brother did as well. So when I cooked for Leanne's brother, I did more like an 8-hour brisket, and then when we started La Barbecue, it's like a 12, 14-hour brisket. And then we just kind of like took both of those cooking processes and put them together, and now we have what we have now. So, you know, it's just kind of like a, you know, an evolution of our brisket, if you will.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been to a couple barbecue spots before this one, and a lot of them look very old school and classic, but there's something just fresh and new about this spot. Can you tell us about all the artwork? Because yeah, it's definitely something different about the interior here at La Barbecue.
Oh yeah, well I mean Leanne's a photographer, she's an artist as well, and then she also, you know, brings art to our food, and you'll be able to see later when, you know, we lay out your beautiful tray. But we like to emphasize, you know, the art with, you know, a lot of our friends who are amazing artists, and so we got them to do some murals. Our buddy Xavier did this one. He also did our Studio 54 bathroom. Our buddy Scotty, who also does our merch, did our Queen Freddie and then the Obama Batman. And then our friend Zuzu did our Houston Trap House bathroom with Leanne's photographs in it. So we're really art-centric around here.
So if you guys aren't feeling like barbecue, you guys can just come here to just take selfies. Even in the restrooms. The restroom looked like a discotheque. So they're not even open yet. I'm here a little bit early, and there's already a line lining up at the door, and they're here for a reason. So what do you have back there in the barbecue pits, and what are your top sellers here?
Well, our top seller is definitely brisket. We do beef ribs on the weekend, and they go quick. Okay. We also make 3 different kinds of specialty sausages, which are fantastic. We do a traditional, a jalapeno, and then a chipotle. and those, we sell a ton of those as well, but we take great pride in that. You know, not a lot, everyone does their sausage, so we definitely, you know, want to make sure that you know, we emphasize that we do that. I would say, and then our pork ribs are incredible. They're incredible. They are perfect. Francisco, who is actually our first employee, has taken that over, and that's his recipe, his cooking process, and they are the most consistent and amazing thing here. It's our pork ribs. I think they're my favorite.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm licking my lips already. That sounds amazing. So we're ready to have some barbecue. Fancy. So they do caviar and champagne here.
Yes.
You said cheese from Antonelli?
Yes.
Dope. So we're inside La Barbecue right now, guys. This spot looks really unique. There's a bunch of cool artwork everywhere, so you can take your Instagram selfies on every corner, guys. All right, look at that disco light. So you would think that we're in a club right now, right? Wrong. We're actually in a restroom. Alright, y'all, got my barbecue plate right here. Got the brisket, of course, the barbecue pork ribs right here, one of their top hitters. Some sausage, a little piece of a burnt end right here, spicy pickles with onions, and their house-made mac and cheese. Also, in honor of the bathroom looking like a club, I got a little skinny Rita right here, margarita, basically double shots because it is Friday. So cheers. It was crazy. I feel like all these barbecue joints have really good dessert, and they all serve a variety of drinks, like way more than an average restaurant. So good margarita. Without further ado, let's try this brisket right here. Look at this. Ooh, nice fatty tender. Nice little bend to it. Ooh, take a big bite. Wow, very tender, juicy. Still has like a nice bend, good amount of lean tissue, but also fatty. It's not like super flaky. It doesn't just fall apart once you just like touch it. I actually prefer that. I prefer that it be a little bit lean and fatty at the same time. But the bark, nice and thin. It's a softer bark, I feel like, but it's a very peppery, but it's a good flavor. Wow, it's really juicy. One of the juiciest briskets I've had in Austin so far. Ooh. I think that's the main attribute to this one. Super, super juicy. That's some good brisket, guys. Dang. I know a lot of viewers hate this word, but it's moist. All right, let's try these pork ribs right here. It's a must get.
There's one up north.
Nice thin bark. That's the thing about this place. The bark isn't the thickest, but it's very nice. The flavor's very good, and it's very peppery still. Ali was telling me that Frank was the pit master that was making the sauce. He made his sauce. It's very special, so this is secret sauce right here. Ooh, pork ribs, very juicy and very well smoked. It doesn't have like that super meaty flavor, that porky flavor that pork ribs generally has. And what Ali was telling me is that soft enough for you to kind of bend the rib and pull it out, but not soft enough where it just falls off. Let's see. I'll show you guys. Ooh, look at this. Just pull the rib right out, and then take a bite of the pork rib. But let's try some of their barbecue sauce on this. I like that sauce. It's very citrusy. It's like nice, sweet, but also kind of like a tangy, very tangy. Good ribs. Let's try this sausage right here, guys. There's a lot of herbs in there. It's very spicy. Some sausages I've had here are like just really meaty, stuffed with meat, but I'll say this one is the most herby sausage, if that makes sense. Has a lot of spice in it, a lot of little like, just herbs. Ooh, spicy, guys. See if you guys like spice, this is a sausage for you. So we tried all the meats onto our side. So it's their house-made mac right here. Ooh, nice, huge macaroni shells. It tastes like a Tex-Mex macaroni because you get that, you know, Mexican flavor on there. A lot of spice, kind of like a chipotle spice to it. But it's very, very creamy though. Good mac. Spicy pickles, cleanse the palate. Noticing about these barbecue spots is that they have like a sleeper at every one of these spots. You know, you come for the barbecue, you know the brisket's gonna be good, the ribs are gonna be good, but then you try something like this side right here that just you can't stop eating, which is this macaroni at this spot. Other spots like Interstellar, it was the dessert. Ooh, that banana cream pie. And at Franklin's too, they had a banana pie there. Whew, so good. Couldn't stop eating them. Guys, we're in Austin on this barbecue tour. All the barbecue here I've had are some of the best I've ever tasted because, you know, being from SoCal, you don't get a lot of great barbecue here. So all these meats are smoked perfection. But yeah, I'll say like the main attribute of this place is that all these meats super duper juicy. Really good barbecue. So salute. On to our next spot.